Welcome to this episode of ETalk, where we bring you everything from LA to Elon. I'm Lindsay Schmidt here with Carrie Osler and Ashley McGettrick. And you may have heard that there was a presidential election this week. And you can be sure that where there's politics, there's drama. So while the battle for the White House might be over, Brian Williams and Donald Trump are in a Twitter war. So I want you guys to, I want your opinion on this. Whose side of the war are you on?
I am on Brian's side. I was actually watching NBC when this started. Basically what happened was Donald Trump started, bashing Obama, like our country is going downhill, blah, blah, blah. And Brian Williams just did a little candid segment where he put Donald Trump's tweets on air, along with some other celebrities, kind of saying, wow, I can't believe people would say this about our next president, like how immature. And I think that kind of sparked a back and forth between the two. And they're both big personalities, where Brian Williams doesn't really come out with where he lies, conservative or liberal. Obviously, Donald Trump is very, very conservative. So the two are kind of butting heads. And I think it's interesting. And I commend Brian Williams for kind of calling out celebrities who take their voice and in such a negative light, especially on the night of election.
Right, yeah. The fact that I was having trouble following it, who said who, what's going on, just shows that it really was a middle school type fight.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to, say so. The comments were just so immature.
Right.
It was just really, I'm not sure why any celebrity would want to have their reputation like that.
Yeah, and especially Donald Trump, when he's such a big name and everyone knows him for his conservative side. And still talking politics here, Wisconsin elected Democrat Tammy Baldwin to the Senate on Tuesday night, making her the first openly gay senator. And what do you guys think that this says about the direction of our country and sort of social changes and stuff like that?
I think it's great, especially because we were trying to figure this out before, and I'm pretty positive that gay marriage is not legal in Wisconsin, yet now they have this person elected to Senate who is openly gay, and I think that's fantastic, and I think it's really going to push gay marriage in not just Wisconsin, but all the other states. How could you say that someone that you elected to Senate doesn't have the right to be married, but they have the right to be in Senate? I think that shows a lot about where our country is headed.
I think we're halfway there. Right. I think as a whole, I would say our country is more accepting of the LGBTQ community at this point. Obviously, electing a senator is a big step, but I'm not sure that we're all the way there to having gay marriage across our nation. Only a few states have passed it. A lot of states shot it down over the election. So I would definitely say we're leaning more towards acceptance maybe than we were 10 years ago, but I don't think that our whole country is ready for gay marriage.
Right, and it's so interesting because it used to be taboo to be openly gay,
right? But
now it's becoming almost taboo to be against people who are openly gay.
Mm-hmm.
So just that kind of change of direction in our attitude is really interesting.
That's a good point. And social equality was definitely an issue during the election, and so was China. But kind of an unusual story coming out of China. A man is suing his ex-wife because she had an ugly baby. And my question to you guys is, well, it's pretty ridiculous. And do you think that this would, do you think he was justified? And do you think that this would ever happen in the United States?
This is like one of those things that I have a hard time believing even happened. And the thing is, he won the suit. He sued her for $120,000. And they said the marriage was on false pretenses because she had a lot of plastic surgery before marrying him, and he didn't know. So, I just think that is absolutely ridiculous. And it shows that China, while they may be doing great economically and pulling ahead, socially, they are very behind. Like, in order for that to be okay and for women to be treated like that, I just can't believe it.
Right, and that's what I thought. People pull these stunts all the time with these ridiculous lawsuits, so I really wasn't surprised. Mm-hmm. It was just a classic, ridiculous headline. Right. But then I read that he won.
Right.
I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure if that's specific to China. When I say they're socially behind, I feel like that could have happened in any country.
That's true. That's true.
It's sad that this took this lawsuit for them to get divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty outrageous. And I think moving on to something that we grew up with and we loved as kids, Disney is casting the sequel to the hit show Boy Meets World. It's going to be called Girl Meets World, and the series will focus on Corey and Topanga's 13-year-old daughter. Now, do you guys think that this idea for a series is a good idea? Like, would you watch a sequel series?
Well, I will have to admit, I did not watch Boy Meets World as a child.
No,
As a middle schooler, I was more into the Food Network and HGTV. I was kind of that kind of girl, but have heard so much about it, and a lot of my friends are very excited for the sequel because they love Boy Meets World, and that's what they grew up with. So I think for that audience, people of our age, they're gonna love it. And I think it'll, at least we'll have one season. I don't know.
See, I feel like that would be the case, but it's Disney Channel who's picking it up.
Right,
so,
and that's what people are kind of concerned about, is that Disney might water it down too much.
Right, and it's just gonna, you know, those stupid laughter in the background type scenes, and I feel like it's gonna get a little bit corny and expected. But I mean, if they get really great casting and really great writing, it could be really wonderful. But we'll have to wait out.
Well, the other way that it could go is that, you know, young girls who have never even heard of Boy Meets World, you know, like 12 and 13-year-olds now, are going to love this show and not even realize that it's a sequel. So if Disney has a lot of shows like that, and I think, you know, Hannah Montana, iCarly, all that, and I think that might just fit into that demographic.
Yeah, well, guys, that's all the time we have for right now. Stay tuned as we discuss holiday gifts. We'll be right back.